Okay, this is Excel exercise number 1, done on August 1st, 2011. Step number 1, open a new Excel workbook. So this is what the Excel program looks like. It has an X on it. I know you cannot see it in the video, but you know that it's the one that has an X in it, and it's green and white. So I click there. Automatically workbook, or simply book, opens up. As you know, a book is made up of sheets 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to work just with one of them. So that was step number 1. Step number 2, save it as your name, my first spreadsheet, and today's date. Save. So one of the things I had told you to do earlier is I wanted you to put the save in the quick access toolbar. Okay, so the computer I was working from didn't have it. I just put it in, so I can click save here. Just like in Word, I can click save here. I can click save here, or I can click save here. It doesn't matter. Everything is going to take me to the same save as window. What am I going to call this file? I said I wanted my name or your name. Oh, I don't want capital letters like that. So my name, then my first spreadsheet, and today's date, which is August 1st, 2011. It's an Excel workbook. Great. We're working with Excel. We have to confirm it's an Excel workbook. And finally, do not forget that you have to know where you're putting it. It's the same path. Dropbox, Agora Students, and your name. Okay? Now that I've double checked the path, the name, the file type, I hit save. Do you want to replace it? Yeah, I'm gonna say yes, because I have something saved there with the same name. That's why it gave me that message. You shouldn't get that message, but if you do, I think by now you know what to do. Okay, step 3, customize the quick access toolbar so it has commands for new, for save, for email, for quick print, for print preview. So print preview is not there, so I'm going to click it. For spelling, it's there. For undo, it wasn't there, so we're going to put it there. Redo, it's not there, so I'm going to put it there. Sort ascending is there. Sort descending is there. So good, we're done with step number 2. Step number 3, change the default Excel options in the Save tab so you can save, auto recover information every 2 minutes. Okay, we do that in case something happens with your work. You only lose 2 minutes of work and not 10 minutes of work. So we go under the Office button, we click Excel options, we go to the Save group, and we look for save auto recover information every 2 minutes. If you have it at 4, 5, or 10, you just bring it down to 2 minutes. So that takes care of step number 4. Okay. Step 5, click in cell A1. Okay. By default it's there, A1, but I double check A1, great. I check the name bar. This is the name bar to make sure A1 is the active cell. Yes, it is. 6, now that A1 is active, type your names, monthly budget, and actual. So teachers monthly budget and actual. Okay, so that takes care of step number 6. Now step number 7, click in cell B2. Here's column B, here's row 2, so here's cell B2. Check the name bar to make sure B2 is the active cell. It is. Now that B2 is active, type budget. Okay, so that takes care of step 7 and 8. Step 9, using the arrow keys on the keyboard, move one cell to the right. This will make cell C2 active. Check the name bar right here to make sure that C2 is the active cell, and it is. Good. Now that C2 is active, type July. July. Okay, very good. That takes care of steps 9 and 10. Step 11, in cell D2, type August. Okay. Step 12, now highlight cells C2 and D2. So click in cell C2, which is July, shift, and then click in cell D2, which is August. Now that's highlighted. Both July and August are highlighted. Move the mouse cursor. Here's my cursor. I'm moving it now all over the place. I'm going to move it to the bottom right corner of cell D2. When the mouse pointer changes to a small black cross, okay? Here's not a small black cross. Here it is. Click. Now I clicked and drag the mouse horizontally up to H2. I can also read it on the screen that it went up to December. That's what I wanted. This action automatically fills in the rest of the month of the year in cells E2 through E2. Once you get to the last cell that you want it to fill, you just let go of the mouse and it's done. The month of the year are there without me having to type them. Now highlight row 2. Highlight, what do we say? We go to the number 2 when the cursor becomes a black arrow. I click and the whole row is highlighted. And then I right align it. We learned this in Word. We can right align it right here. Okay. Number 14. Highlight cells H1 through H1. How do I do that? I click A1 first, shift, and then click H1. Now everything from A1 through H1 is highlighted. And then I tell you that I want you to click merge and center. Here's merge and center. All I do is click once. And that, instead of having 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Instead of having 8 different cells, they'll merge into just one cell, and then automatically it centers the title. Okay, so that takes care of step 14. Step 15, in cell A3, so here's A, here's 3, A3, type work. Now I just hit enter because I'm going to go to cell A4. Enter, A4, type overtime. Enter again to go to A5, and I type total income. Okay, and I'm just going to keep typing down, so I keep hitting enter. Mortgage, enter. Property taxes, enter. Property insurance, oh, I went capital letters, no, insurance. What else? Car payments. Okay, now because I'm being a little lazy for this video, I am going to copy and paste from another one of yours. Property taxes, car payments. So I'm going to do this. That way I don't have to type the whole thing all over again. Of course, you'd have to type the whole thing. I don't. Click here, car payments, paste, So you would type all of this. I didn't have to because I knew I could paste it from a different place, but you would type all of this: car insurance, car taxes, student loans, etc. Okay, so that takes care of step 20 and 21. Make sure I have 21, 22. Highlight the A column, click wrap text. Now, why do I want that? See how total income goes into B? A lot of it goes into B, so I could either make this wider, which I probably should make it a little wider, but I still don't want it too wide, so I tell you that I want you to highlight all of A and then click wrap text. And notice what happens to property insurance, notice what happened to medical prescription copays, and what happened to difference between income and expenses. I wrap the text. Look at that. Okay, automatically it goes under instead of going over to the other column. I can still make it maybe a little bit wider so it looks nicer. Okay, but it's all, this one is wrapped and this one wrapped too. Okay, so that takes care of step 22. Step 23, in cell B3, B3, type 4,000. Overtime, B4, 600. B5, leave it blank, skip it. B6, 1,200. And every time I go down, all I do is I click enter. Okay, so now number 27 says to type the rest of the numbers here. So the next one is 67, 417, 350, 75, 125, 180, 500, 100, 80, 15, 25, 400, 250, and 250. Okay, so that takes care of all my expenses. And now I have a blank cell here for total income, a blank cell here for total expenses, a blank cell here for the difference between income and expenses. That's because steps 28, 29, and 30, you're supposed to fill these blank cells with formulas. So to put the total income formula, I click in this blank cell, which is cell B5. I do equal sign. I click the first cell that has the number that I want to add, which is B3. I use the plus sign, and then I click B4. Now that I'm satisfied that's the cell, that's the formula that I want, I click enter. That gives me my total income right there. Nice. I can do it in my head. I know it's right. 4,600, 4,600. So now I go here and I want to add all of these numbers together. So I click in the space where my result is going to be. That should be in B21. B21. Okay? So now I could do it the same way. I could do this and then start clicking, plus clicking, plus clicking. But then I get bored. I say, no, that's too much work. I don't want to do it that way. I don't want to do it that way. There's an easier way to do it. I'm going to do the auto sum, or just simply the sum function. Okay? And several things happen. Automatically, it wants to add all the numbers that are together, all the cells that have numbers in them. But I have a brain. I can think. I say, wait a minute. I only want to add my expenses. My expenses start in B6, not in B3. So I should just click in B6, drag my mouse down to B20, and now my formula says that I'm going to do B6 through. This little symbol here of a column means through B6 through B20. So I'm going to be summing